Hi Flinders fam, welcome back to another episode of Like a Boss with me, Lauren. Today we're talking all about how to look after our physical well-being. Let's be honest, one of the things that's probably changed the most for a lot of us while in self-isolation is what we eat, when we eat, and how often we're able to get out and move. I mean, for me personally, when I was on campus, I would move way more. It was pretty easy to kind of just incidentally rack up, 8 to 10,000 steps a day. I'd move on my lunch break. I always would try to go for a walk around the lake. And also Flinders is sort of a campus that forces you to be active, so when you're parked all the way up and in Siberia or you're moving from one classroom to another, it's pretty easy to rack up those steps and get in a lot of incidental exercise. And most of us can't get out for our regular physical activities either, like whether you were in a sports team or you used to go jogging with your friends. Do people do that? I don't know. I'm not a jogger. For me personally, I go hiking pretty regularly on the weekends, and luckily that's actually an activity that I can still do because that's quite a safe activity to do at the moment. But I also used to go to regular swing dancing classes twice a week, and that is an activity that does necessitate physical touching, so I can't do that anymore. But now I find that I spend most of my day at my desk, and while I still try to eat lunch outside, it's 20 steps away. So I'm hardly doing that regular hike up the hills at Flinders like I'm used to. And I've also been reaching for the snacks a lot more because, let's be honest, they're very handy. And in times of high stress and anxiety, comfort eating is kind of one of my go-to feel-good solutions. And while this is okay sometimes, it's not really sustainable. And it's become particularly apparent to me within the last few weeks as I've had up and down and good and bad weeks that what actually really does make me feel better long term is when I'm looking after myself. It's just true. It's when I'm eating well and when I'm moving. Remember that an investment in your physical health is also an investment in your mental health. Eating well and staying active helps our mood, it helps our focus, our concentration, our motivation, and of course, just our whole general well-being. But looking after this part of ourselves definitely sounds simpler than it is, especially when we're so physically restricted. And so I've rounded up a few experts from across the university to help us through some of this terrain. First up, how can we make sure we're eating well and giving ourselves the right kind of fuel when there's so many temptations at home? So over to Dr. Jane Barber and her brilliant nutrition and dietetics students.
Hi everybody, my name's Jane Barber. I'm one of the nutrition and dietetics lecturers, and together with some of our students we've put together this video blog for some nutrition tips for staying healthy during this time. A lot of us are spending lots of our time at home studying and working, and it's a great opportunity for us to be able to practice our cooking skills and try some new ideas. One of the things that I've been doing at home is experimenting with new vegetables or different vegetables that I haven't used for a while. So for example, eggplants in moussaka or in curries, a variety of different types of lentils in dal, so in red lentils or green lentils, different herbs as well, so things like tarragon or thyme. I've been adding those to chicken and to risottos. Then there's other spices such as ginger. Fresh ginger is a great spice to use, and it makes a big difference compared with powdered ginger or galangal used in stir fries. Okra is another vegetable which is delicious in curries, but don't cook that for too long. So I'm going to hand over now to some of our students and some of their tips.
Hi, my name is Angel, and my first nutrition tip is to include more whole grain food products into your daily meals. There are a lot of whole grain options out in the supermarket today, and you can get things such as whole grain pasta, whole grain bread, rolled oats, brown rice, or even whole grain snacks such as whole grain cereals and whole wheat biscuits. By including them into your daily meals, you'll be getting a lot more fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants as compared to refined grains such as white rice or white bread. My next tip is to go for more low-fat dairy products. Milk and yogurt, which I believe are some of the more common dairy foods that we consume normally, gives us a lot of protein and calcium to keep us strong and healthy. However, they are also high in fat as well. So why not go for a low-fat alternative such as skim milk or low-fat yogurt to give us all the benefits of dairy products while avoiding all of the extra energy from fat?
Hi guys, my name is Chi and my healthy tips is to eat the rainbow. So that means have different colors of vegetables and fruits in your diet because different colors give you different nutrients so you can stay strong. And one easy way I like to do so is these frozen vegetable bag. I like to put them in the oven with some crushed garlic and to spice it up with some chili so that it will become very flavorful and crunchy. So tonight, let's make your plate colorful because if you eat the rainbow, you will get the rainbow.
Hi, my name is Grace and I'm a second year Bachelor of Nutrition and Dietetics student, and my top tip for staying healthy in isolation is to meal prep. I find meal prepping really beneficial as I can collate a whole heap of recipes I want for lunches or snacks during the week and make them on Sunday night, pop them into the fridge or the freezer and grab them at my own convenience throughout the week when I'm just unmotivated to cook. It's an excellent way to still create some healthy meals that are super delicious without the stress of cooking.
Hi, my name's Hannah and my nutrition tip is instead of adding salt for flavour, try adding herbs like basil, spices like ginger and nutmeg, citrus fruits like orange, lemon and lime, or other vegetables like garlic.
Everyone, my name is Melissa and my nutrition tip is always to keep healthy snacks at home. So some of the healthy snacks that I love includes my nuts, my fruits, and also having yogurt in my fridge. So if I'm hungry throughout the day, I actually pair my yogurt with fruits over here, and it's really simple and delicious to make. So have a go at it.
Hello, my name's Rachel and I believe that baking can be a really fun way to keep busy during isolation, but it doesn't necessarily have to be unhealthy. Lately I've been experimenting with different substitutes for butter and sugar in my brownie recipes. I've tried using sweet potatoes and avocados to replace butter but still get that nice and creamy texture, and I've been using naturally fresh sweet fruits like apples and raspberries to substitute the sugar. The brownies still taste absolutely delicious and you can't even tell the difference, and they're much healthier.
So many good tips from Jane and her team. Thank you so much, guys. But eating well is only half the battle. So now let's hear from Chris Rawlings from Flinders Sport and Fitness to tell us all about how we can stay active, and from some of our excellent Like a Boss contributors about what they are doing to keep fit in lockdown.
Hi everyone, my name's Chris and I'm a clinical exercise physiologist at Flinders Uni Sport and Fitness. I'm joining you in this week's Like a Boss to share with you my top 3 tips for staying physically active while you're studying or working at home. There's probably been no more important time to engage in regular physical activity than while we're all stuck at home, moving minimally on a day-to-day basis. However, I'm completely aware that when life gets turned upside down, sometimes physical activity is the first thing that goes out the window. By implementing physical activity and finding some things that you love to do, we can not only improve your mood and your concentration, but we can set you up with the strength and the endurance so you can continue to do the things that you love doing most when life goes back to normal. So, my top 3 tips for being physically active while you're at home are: number 1, implement physical activity as a way to break up your day. By that, I'm suggesting that you schedule in 2 10 to 15 minute physical activity breaks in your work or study day. That can be anything. It could be going for a walk around the block, it could be playing with your dog, or it can be doing some hardcore house cleaning. Whatever it is, as long as you get your heart rate up, there's quite a bit of evidence there to suggest that one single bout of moderate intensity physical activity can improve your mood and your concentration for up to 2 hours pre-post. My second tip for implementing physical activity into your home life is to use it as a way of social engagement. By that, I mean find yourself a training buddy, someone from home or one of your friends. Especially at the moment why our regular day-to-day activities have been shut down and we can't catch up with our friends at the pub or at a cafe, organising a training buddy is a great way to stay socially engaged and lock yourself into doing some physical activity. And we all know that training with a partner is so much more fun. My third tip for implementing physical activity at home would be to join a program that gives you some structure and some guidance. There's a range of online platforms available now. Some of them are offering free content. Flinders Uni Sport and Fitness have also offered up a whole heap of free content during this time. If you like our Facebook page, you'll find free at-home HIIT, yoga, and a walking and running program, which is absolutely free for everyone of the Flinders community to join. The programs are designed to suit people of all levels and can guide you through from start to finish. If you have any questions for me, we'll put my email in the description below. Feel free to send me an email at any stage and we'll be in touch.
I find that going outside for a walk really helps my mental well-being. A lot of the time this really refreshes me and makes me feel more motivated, and it also really helps me from feeling cooped up from being inside all day.
Before the lockdown, I think I engage in a moderate amount of physical activity. I go to the gym twice per week, and I do martial arts, so I also go to classes twice per week. I actually exercise more now because I don't do that much schoolwork, so I have a lot more free time for physical exercising. Like I do like 6 times per week. I buy yoga mat, I buy resistance band. I try to turn my room into like a kind of like a mini gym. It is actually very important for me to stay physically active, because firstly is a very good anchor. As I said, I don't do that much schoolwork, and so I need something to like plan my day around, right? So I do that with my exercising. I know that I'm gonna exercise for like an hour and a half, and then take a shower for half an hour, and I can plan my entire day around that. And secondly, exercising just like energizes me. I don't exercise that hard, so it doesn't leave me exhausted. It actually leave me pumped. So I'll be like, yeah, let's do this. Let's get this bread, yeah. And so it motivates me to do every other thing during the day.
I've kind of chronically defined myself as not an athletic person. I don't like team sports very much. However, I did start running a few years ago. I'd never defined myself as a runner. I was like, I can't run 5 minutes. And I remember breaking that kind of self-stigma of myself that I'm not a runner when I started running 15 minutes at a time, and I think once I hit half an hour at a time. I was just so proud of myself, and I really broke through that wall of that self-stigma. But my workouts now have changed in the sense of what they kind of mean to me. Like before I was doing them, I was doing it for my mental health, I was doing it for my physical health, I was doing it to challenge myself. But now I really rely on that chance to get out of the house, to enjoy nature when I'm running. I always feel like I'm really doing something really good for myself when I do go out and run. And also I'm appreciating that I get to do it more, because I know that there are people who are on complete lockdown in other places in the world and they don't get to do that. Or there's even people here who maybe have a compromised immune system and they don't want to leave their house, or people who don't feel that they live in a safe neighborhood. And I've talked to people in kind of all of these situations, so I definitely can feel grateful that I get to do it.
So I maintain my physical activities by regularly walking out or jogging around my community. Like every evening I just put on a pair of my sneakers, get dressed on my sport outfit, and start walking around or jogging for like 30 minutes or so. I found this is very convenient because we don't have to go to the gym. It helps me to stay active and get a fresh feeling, especially from this beautiful day with beautiful weather and fresh air.
Thanks so much to Chris and our students for taking the time to share their tips and experiences with us. But before we go, I want to direct you to a few more excellent free Flinders resources that can help keep you on track. Make sure you check out Associate Professor Claire Drummond, who is the head of exercise and clinical exercise physiology in the College of Nursing and Health Sciences, and her daughter, creative arts student Lily Drummond, who have created a series of workout videos to keep you moving in lockdown. I gave them a go. They are super easy to get started with. There's a range of options for different fitness levels, so check out the links if you want to find those. And the next one I want to tell you about is the mindful walking and chair yoga with one of our counselors, Maureen. As well as being a counselor, Maureen is also a yoga teacher who usually runs the mindful yoga sessions at Oasis. But because we can't all be together on campus at the moment, she's developed the chair yoga classes, which are going to get you stretching, moving, and connecting mindfully from the comfort of your seat. So finally, just remember everyone that at the moment, habit formation is really important, but it also doesn't have to be difficult. Start with little steps. Go for just a 10-minute walk, try 10 push-ups or try that one meal that integrates a rainbow of vegetables. Small activities will build quickly, and before you know it, you might be surprised by the results that you'll start to see in both your physical and your mental health in just a few weeks. That's it from us at the Like a Boss team this week. Next time, we're talking all about procrastination, which I know is an issue that many of us struggle with. So I hope to see you there. Don't put it off. In the meantime, stay safe. See you later.